All right, hey guys, William Saunders here, just giving you the update for February with our hedge fund Slingshot AI. So as we can see, no trading is going to be done on the 27th or 28th, and we're just going to go over everything for the month of February, okay? So this is going to be the full update, all right? Now, let me make sure we have everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and refresh, make sure data, okay, it's good. So for the month of February with our primary account that we've been keeping progress here. We started with 695,000 within that balance. And as you can see, we've gotten 242,000 plus in profit, 3,900 pips, okay? So here's everything that kind of happened where, you guys can see for all of the trades and positions. Now, the thing is, our AI, there's no TP set, there is no stop loss set. Everything is based on, market conditions, okay? So it knows when to close out the trade, whether that's in profit or take a loss, and it managed all of that pretty well. All right. So the interesting thing here is on the second page that we notice is everything was still going pretty great. And then we get to this Brent crude here, and it's like, okay, what happened with this, loss that's larger than all of the other losses, okay? So we ended up having a hedge there within the market, and what happened was the broker did a contract rollover for crude oil. So they pretty much forced these positions, all of the positions for crude that we had open to actually end up closing. So that's why we have a $82,000 loss there and, $6,600 profit and everything in that nature. Okay. So, but moving forward, coming down, I think that was on the 26th that happened. And pretty much we made that roughly back right around with the gold and everything. So that was, pretty great to still balance out, even though this was something that was a little bit dealing with a timing sake, right? So only thing that we can do is end up adjusting and making sure that we're not doing more so position style entries when it comes to the crew with that platform. And we're doing more swing trades, if not intraday trade. So that's something that is, relatively very simple to kind of do. All right, so if we get in and let me see what's going on with the overview here. Okay, so balance is 952,000. We currently floating 36,000. We're still filtered off. Closed profits 452. So that's looking pretty great. Everything is good. Okay, so return, peak drawdown. So I wonder, peak drawdown may be due to that balance, I feel that's going on when we took that loss and then we made it back. So for some reason, filter is not counting the peak drawdown and everything like there. Profit factor is pretty great, 3.79. So obviously, that's going to be something that we'd like to keep in mind. So the risk reward ratio is really great. We are really focused on about 15 to 25 when it comes to the risk reward ratio. So that's going to be outstanding and everything from there. So trade length is 2.4 days and everything like that. So as you can see, average results, average wins, and just like the overall average losses, okay? So that is pretty much going on with this primary account that we actually have going through there. So here is our longest running account that we've actually had, so for the month of February, it did 712 bits, and that's pretty great, but it's just like that. We've had some other that, went a little bit more. So here is, another account that is utilizing our software that we're keeping an eye on, and that did 1,564 pips for the month of February. Okay. Here's another account that did 1,648 for the month of February. This is everything that's there. You'll notice that the trades are going to be pretty much very similar because of the simple fact that they're, using roughly the same settings, okay? And that is what makes it very proficient, successful, and everything like that is the preset. So there's a couple things I really want to take a look at on a long term is the longest. I want to just see what this has done for, let's say, the quarter that we're coming in. So I want to filter that and just see, okay, so for January quarter, everything 1,796 pips pretty much, and that's from January up until now, so all of 2021. Now let's take a look at the overall. So if we clear this filter out, I'm just going to clear the filter and we can see from, pretty much last 3 years, we've done, yeah, 31,000 pips on automation with this account right here. So let me take a look back at this one, and I just want to see what we're running for 2021. And I'll just go back to January and I'll put that in. So thus far for 2021, as you can see, software has made us $356,373.88. So a little over 5,500 pips, okay? And that's just with this account. Now, if you guys been following, understand that we put the software over on this account, I believe the last week of December. So it's been roughly, 8 weeks and everything like that. So one of the big things that we keep in mind is we focus on the investing rule of 72, okay? We want to see how long does it take for us to make 100% growth. And then we use the investing rule of the formula of 72, and then we can get a overall projection of compounding interest, okay? So with that being said, I still feel that we are on track to go from, the initial 500,000 to, roughly 5 million on automation with the AI before pretty much the year is actually up. So we'll just see kind of like what happens. Now, the only thing that I, in all honesty, do is I just keep an eye on, the levels and I modify the settings as I see fit. And that's because, of course, I can do that. So one of the things that I know I did for perhaps February is we were running pretty large with the lot sizes for the GBP USD. We had one preset that was like very large with that. And towards the end, we adjusted that preset. So that's something that we ended up doing. We just swapped it out for something that would be a little bit more efficient with everyone else. And the reason being is because we have quite a few pairs that we have open. So we're talking roughly, 14 pairs, if I'm correct. Yeah, 14 to 16 pairs that we're actually trading. And, the thing is, if we're running about 2 to 5% per pair, we can't have one pair that's running 10%, right, of risk, and another pair that's running 15% of risk because, it's going to be great, but then it means that I specifically or my team have to monitor the positions a little bit more and everything like that. And one thing that we could do is always swap out a couple things. We could make a few adjustments and everything like that. So, but for the most part, we want to keep it on a full automation set and forget as much as possible. But at the same time, for the simple sakes of us having the ability to monitor it, we want to optimize everything to its full potential. So that's something that we'll keep in mind. Now, I would probably end up adjusting a few other things like the Brent for sure. We modified the settings for the Brent. I believe since January or December, we've used like 3 different setting ports and everything like that. So that's something that we're like, okay, we'll go with this one or go with that one and everything in that nature. We have a few different settings that's going on with Go that we are looking more into, adjusting and applying for the simple fact that we see that it takes up a little bit more of the, equity than we want to actually give out, or it's not a good balance to go with so many pairs, right? So if we had essentially maybe 5, then it wouldn't be a problem. But once again, running about 12 to 14. You got to kind of pick and choose which is actually best. Okay. Now, moving forward, guys, in regards to what's going on with the hedge fund AI, there's going to be an opportunity where we may look forward to allowing you guys to rent it, of course, for the public. So we're looking to do that. It just really kind of depends, in all honesty, because we're still getting the production of our academy out the way. And our academy is actually our top focus and priority. Now, of course, the academy students will get access and first dibs to the AI for sure. And let's say everyone who's not in the academy, the public, that would be secondary. So we're not, in a rush to really just give the public access to the AI. So we feel like by the time the public get access to the AI, that could be right after the summer, if not towards the end of the year. We're just not too big up on that. Now, in regards to our academy, we're looking to still have that open, let's say the first quarter of the year, and pretty much, definitely right before the summer. So if you guys get in before the summertime, then you'll more than likely have access to the AI. But public wise, that would be after the summer, of course, and more towards the end of the year. Okay. So other than that, you guys that are, some owners of the AI, you guys have to understand just to keep up with the video modules that were sent out, the links and everything to that degree. Focus on the investing rule of 72. So that's just the primary time that it takes to really double your account and all of the important details. You guys can always reach out to me and my team and everything in that nature, and you guys will be pretty much fine. So we're going to keep up with you guys until the end of the year to make sure that you guys accounts are balanced, that you're using the appropriate settings and everything down to that degree. So this is the update and everything that I can give you guys right now. I'm heading out, so I wish you guys, of course, the best, much success, and happy trading.